can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground and it go off. Yeah, hit the ground and it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground and it go off. Yeah, hit the ground and it go off. Yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my time. Think it's my year. Yeah.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another week of Bobcats Esports. I am Jose, and alongside with me is Caleb again, and we're thrilled to bring you to Week 2 action of Rainbow Six Siege.
That's right. The Bobcats are back in stream after an incredible Week 1 performance. Last week, Marshalltown came out swinging with a huge upset win over the defending champions, Waterloo East. The team looked sharp, focused, and they're ready to prove themselves this season.
Tonight's matchup is up against Abraham Lincoln out of Council Bluffs. This is another best out of 3 series here in Rainbow Six Siege, so we'll see which team can adjust and perform under pressure.
Whether you got thousands of hours in Siege or you just learned it, it isn't about medieval castles, we're glad you're here. Stick with us as we break down the action, the strategies, and some key players to watch.
The players are just about ready to get loaded in, so grab your snacks, get comfortable, and let's get into some Rainbow Six Siege action. Bobcats versus Abraham Lincoln. Week 2 starts here in a little bit, so let's go ahead and jump in really quick to see where everyone's kind of getting loaded in. So as you can see for today's lineup, we are running Waffle 8778, which is Peyton. We're running Joshua. Rate My Aim, which is Connor. Jix, which is Trey. And then we have Tyrone Johnson. So as you can see, they're getting ready to boot in. All right. So it looks like, as you saw the message there, teams are getting ready to boot in and get stuff started. And it looks like we will be underway. So, as Caleb stated earlier, Bobcats are coming off of a Week 1 win versus Waterloo East, which were the defending champions from last week. So now let's see if the Bobcats can continue this momentum and continue forward and end up winning.
Yeah, the team looked very good last week against the defending champions, and I'm excited to see them play again.
All right, let's go ahead and see what's going on. Right now, they're currently in the ban phase of matchmaking, so each team gets to ban a character, kind of help them in the off round or in the round. So interesting to see what kind of picks they choose or who they actually select to end up banning.
Yeah, we see on the defense side they ban Ace and Habana, so they clearly don't want the balls to be getting. And we also see a castle and a mirror ban. And what I've seen from our team in general is we kind of struggle against the castle, so I can clearly see why we decided to ban a castle.
And as we're getting loaded in here, let's go ahead and jump in there. It looks like they are going lower level here on the bomb map. Looks like we're running the same lineup as we did last week, so this should be a good matchup, especially coming back with our previous players here and kind of watching them in.
5 seconds remaining.
See how Abraham Lincoln does.
Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
We see Monty pick again. We have been practicing Monty a little bit more in practice, so we should see a better play from the clubhouse game we had last time.
All right, so we'll jump into, let's see here. We'll jump into Peyton. Kind of gives us a little bit better upfront view, especially since he's playing a Monty kind of gets to relay all that info, has that huge shield, so you can really see what's going on. Kind of hard to take him down, usually by throwing bombs at him.
Yeah, he's a very honestly hard operator to counter if you don't bring the right utility. And we're gonna see Monty go for what's called a turtle plant here, where he turns his back around so his shield covers against his bullets, and the plant goes down. Okay, so the fuser's down quick into the round. This is what Marshalltown's been practicing a lot, and it's clearly worked for them so far.
Yeah, very fast, very quick here. Marshalltown straight to the point, running in, planting the bomb. Of course, Peyton kind of standing over the bomb, or no, the diffuser, just protecting it. And while his teammates essentially go behind his back, kind of getting cover from the shield, trying to take them all out. And Marshalltown just goes in right away and gets the job done fairly fast.
That was a great coordination, a lot better Monty play from Peyton, and it looked way more coordinated and just way better than what we seen on Clubhouse from last week.
Yeah, absolutely. Honestly, that was pretty impressive seeing them run in right away and just kind of, seemed like they already knew what they were doing. Run in, get the diffuser planted right away, get everything knocked out as soon as possible, which I am a fan of. I don't mind leaving early, getting stuff done. I know sometimes these games can drag on for fairly long, as you can tell from the last week 1. Matches went fairly long. Almost went to a round 3, actually. But luckily, Marshalltown was able to clutch it up and win up against Waterloo East.
Yeah, you're right. The thing about especially getting into the site and just taking as much things as you can quickly, especially map control, that can decide a round. And as you saw, it decided the ground for Marshalltown. And now we're going to see an Amaru pick from Trey here, which I find interesting because Amaru is a very situational operator. And I see a Thermite as well. So let's watch this round. I think it'll be great.
Yeah, it looks like Marshalltown is trying to see how they go in. Lots of team communication going on right now in the match. Let's jump into Trey. Nice job there, just kind of.
Trey, 2 kills. See, in the Maru, this one time I was always hit or miss pick. Either you get a lot of kills or you just die right away. And it looks like it's a lot of kills for Trey here.
Kind of doing a nice job there, just browsing around the corners, checking his corners, making sure they get all their areas covered. Peyton and Joshua just kind of really taking them out.
And that's
Nice job
round
there.
2 for Marshalltown. Great play. We didn't see much side action, but either way, Connor with the Amaru rush, not Connor, Trey with the Amaru rush, and Connor droning him. That's what makes Amaru such a strong operator, is just instant pressure, especially with the drone.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think I've seen the Bobcats ever start out in this kind of fast pace tempo. They're just really just pushing the limits, running in here, trying to get them in and out. Already 2 up, and it's only been 5 minutes since, if even that, since the match has started, and they're already up 2-0, which again is great. It's trying to see the team, skill-wise improving and getting better, and being able just to take on such teams with ease. So it's really good to see, and let's see how they just keep improving. But again, as the season improves and goes on, so do the other teams. So Bobcats aren't the only one who are improving as the season goes on and trying to practice. Kind of also the downside about streaming is now the other teams have their VOD review against us. So, of course, which can hurt the Bobcats, but nothing that they can't handle.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of teams do also have their own VOD reviews, so we make sure to go over that, when we find out who we're playing. And you were definitely right about the other teams also getting way better. As we played Muscatine in a scrimmage, and we kind of struggled on map 1, and that just shows us that we're not, even though we beat the returning champs, we're still not perfect. Nobody is, no team is, but we'll always continue to improve. And so far, it looks like we look really good right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, just like with anything can happen. Just because it's a new season, new teams in the mix. You know, everyone has new players. Some teams may have the exact same players or whatnot, but there's always just a different change of chemistry and anything, and you don't really know what the other team is holding, especially since they have it's just honestly hard to even tell, because it's not like your traditional sport where this other player is really good.
Yeah.
Marshalltown being down 3-4, but tying it up right there with Connor. Let's go ahead and jump on to someone else. This is a Trey.
Wall's open.
He just barely missed that player.
Yeah. Just missed him again.
Nice job there.
There he goes,
Finally noticed
finally
them.
knowing. I think he also knows somebody is downstairs.
Yeah, it looks like he knows that there's someone
Oh yeah,
down
there's
there.
a ping going off there now.
As you can tell, they have that yellow ping, which doesn't necessarily notify the enemy. There's a hard ping and a soft ping. And with hard ping, it notifies the enemy team when they get spotted on cam.
Yeah.
So you don't really want to use that.
Unless it's like, usually you want a hard ping when it's like 5 seconds left, because I mean, he doesn't have time, especially if it's that late, like to look for a camera. And you see now he's getting hard ping because he doesn't have time to look for a camera. It's pinging him. And he has to fight Connor here, who's in his first 1v1, and he takes it. And that's round 3 for Marshall.
That was a close one. I had to hold my breath on that one. But kind of the bad thing about starting out quick is if you kind of go in there fast and reckless, you can lose your team fairly quick, but they were able to reel it back in and end up getting that win.
Yeah, that's what I also noticed us improving, is like we come back from down situations, 3v4, 2v4, and as you see there, they came back from a 3v4 with Diffuser, I believe. So that was a really pretty well played round from Marshalltown, and they decided to ban Valkyrie here, who has these little cameras that she can throw and give the defense more intel. So by banning Valkyrie, they don't have to worry less about having to look around for tiny little cameras. And they clearly didn't like the Monty pick for the other team.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame them. Monty is such a strong character, especially hard to take down if you don't have, like Caleb said, the right setup. So no surprise there on that ban. But as we go in there,
Bomb located by attackers.
And we see another Capcan pick. We got a Tyrone, Omar actually got killed by the Capcan trap, so they're definitely be putting our offense, our team, I mean, on the on their toes more now, looking for those Capcans. As we see also an Echo being brought, who has little yokai drones that shoot concussive stuff that make you go like you're drunk,
5
basically.
seconds to insertion. Attackers
yeah,
are moving
again,
to defuse a
based
bomb.
off of last week, you kind of want to essentially not necessarily keep your same picks as always, because if you keep them similar, then the team will just adjust and essentially know what you're going up against and can easily counter going up against your team.
Yeah.
So let's go jumping into Peyton there.
So they're going back dirt. These head holes have been kind of a problem for them, but also not at the same time. And Peyton's getting the wall. Like I said before, getting the wall always puts a lot of pressure on the team because now they have more angles to worry about, especially such a wide one as well.
Kind of going again on a essentially a shield pick with using Blackbeard since Monty was banned. Trying to blind the other team by using all those smoke bombs.
Yeah, smokes are honestly really strong because they cut off so much line of sight, making it harder for either team to actually see. And they're really good on, what's it called, plants. And that round goes to Marshalltown once again with the 2 kills from the Blackbeard. And Blackbeard's a shield operator, but he's also different from the rest because he can actually aim in his sights and use a full gun, not just a pistol.
Yeah, it's kind of the benefit with Blackbeard is being able to use a full-size gun versus trying to use that pistol. But Marshalltown up 4-0 right away. Again, moving kind of quickly in a quick pace, just trying to get the job done.
Yeah, I mean, from what I've seen from Marshalltown so far, they've been quick to get in there, quick to get the kills, but also not overextending too much, which is really impressive because when you're in a 4v1, like, everyone, does, even if they don't admit it, everyone wants to swing and get that kill. But so far, they've restrained themselves a lot, and that's why I think they've taken a 4-0 start.
Yeah, you can easily get inside your own head and just kind of want to rush in and get the kills. Everyone wants to kind of be the superstar, of course, and boost up their stats. But of course, you just need to take a chill pill, relax. You know, not get too rushed in there. There's other opportunities to get more kills, but I mean, they're doing good. They're not getting too much in their head. They're keeping cool. They're not getting overexcited.
Yeah, and that's one of my biggest problems is I get too excited, especially if I get like a first like 1 or 2 kills. I'll want to keep going and I'll try to get more and more kills, and that's why I've never peaked more than Diamond 3s because I just overextend too much, and everyone still learns from that stuff.
Of course, there's always learning opportunities with each game and each season that goes on. But let's take a look here as the Bobcats are rushing in again on point. See how well they do.
We're gonna see the drone clear. That's something we also been working on a lot. Is just droning for each other mainly. And I'm glad we can see it in game now.
Yeah, drones play such a huge role in these games. Of course, just being able to have your little device running in there, trying to see where everyone's at before you actually run in there. Also forces the opponent to essentially come out of their hiding hole or switch locations if they're spotted, just because they're exposed.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, especially if they know that like the drone's seen them, but they can't really go anywhere. Like they have that pressure, like they know that someone, like the enemy team knows they're there now, and it kind of puts them on their nerves. And we see quick 2 picks going to Marshalltown here as well. Make that 3.
Put your jersey on. Jersey.
All right, and that's round 5 in the bag for Marshalltown. 2 more, I believe, and they will take the win here. We're gonna see. I think this is the final round for attack. Okay. I'll take it. And we're not going to see too much switched up, except more trap operators. The newest operator in the game is Denari.
Chill, bro. I can't find any wall.
And Denari, the newest operator in the game, has lasers that if you walk into them, they shock you and make you not able to run. And he has this little shotgun in his pocket. So they're running a lot of new operators.
I also love Denari, you know.
Dude, you're muted.
Make a lot of...
Wait, sorry. And as you see, those lasers are up now. And if any enemy walks into them, they get, what's it called? They get like a shock effect. And it makes them not able to walk for a little bit. Let's hop into Peyton here. We're gonna watch as Peyton looks like he's gonna take snow. He's gonna go in square. A lot of comms going through right now. Drone is out.
Yeah. Wait, no. He's in the hallway. You can jump in. Hey, let me know when you guys need a live cam. He's lit. I lit one.
Okay. Not much. Marshalltown playing it a lot slower from these other rounds. Definitely worried about these cap cans and Malusi traps going off. Switch to Joshua here. And taking square control. First pick going to Omar in Marshalltown. Oh, there down goes the guy. Playing an elevator, which is such a strong spot for defenders because it puts so much pressure and basically closes off that entire hallway. But he does go down there. So does Joshua, and that round is for Marshalltown. Slower played, but still good round.
So now they're going into the final round here, which Marshalltown ends up defending. So if they can get this done pretty quick, looks like they should be out of here hopefully before 5.
Mm-hmm. And I'll be right back. Okay. And we're gonna see the Blackbeard band here. Probably don't want the team to do the same as them before. A mirror band as well. Mirror is such a strong operator. I don't think we're ever honestly gonna see her played.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing here is obviously when there's some strong players, you kind of don't see a lot of gameplay on there from them. But otherwise, Marshalltown doing really good. Of course, is kind of doing this banning their shield operators to avoid the other team from doing the same thing that they did to them.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really blame them either because especially if you're on attack first, you want to take advantage of the shield operator play and then just get rid of it when you're on defense. Because I don't blame them at all for wanting to do that.
Defuse as many bombs as they can.
So as we're looking in here, looks like we're gonna load into. Let's watch Payne for a little bit as he builds up his defense. Looks like he's playing Bandit, so he is planting his traps there, which essentially what that does is it blocks anybody from being able to destroy that reinforced wall. So they can't use detonating devices on there, and just blocks everything. I thought he was gonna go with the bandit tricking, but I mean, again, I don't know the map very well, so it doesn't. You tell me, Caleb. Is this a good map to do bandit tricking or no?
No, not really, because there's so many open angles that you could get shot from if you try to do the bandit tricking. And I mean, those walls, there's 4 of them, so you can't really defend all 4 as bandit. And it's honestly, I don't think it's that worth it because not many people actually try to get those walls. So obviously, bringing a bandit just in case is always good, but not many people try to get those walls because not many people do go square. But yeah, it's not really a good bandit tricking spot in my opinion.
For sure. This is why you're playing and not me. Looks like Payne trying to get a little hole up there.
Almost got that thermite. Now, you see a lot of bandits actually do that is open up holes at the top of the wall so they can try to get anyone who is trying to get the wall open themselves.
Looks like they got the diffuser dropped, so
Just what picked off first by Mr. Free Didio. But 2 picks go back for Marshalltown as they take a 4v3 lead. Well, technically a 4v2 with it down. Yep, there it is, 4v2. And we might see this first map go 7-0 for Marshalltown here. But like always, anything could happen.
yeah, holding on to that lead, sitting in a pretty comfortable spot. Lots of team communication going on in the room, and now, of course, they end up taking up the win. So Marshalltown taking up the win, 7-0, getting them heading out fairly quick. So great job by Marshalltown, going in with a flawless victory. No rounds lost, so
Yeah, it was a really great map just from Marshalltown in general.
yeah. So far they've done fantastic, and it looks like they have improved significantly from
Yeah, absolutely.
yesterday, or not, so last week.
Trey 15-2.
Trey going in there and just popping off. So what a great first match that they have done, honestly. So we will end up taking a quick break here, as looks like we are doing some switches really quick, and it looks like they are maybe taking a quick break. So we will be right back, and we'll give a quick shout out to our sponsors.
A heartfelt thank you goes out to all of our incredible sponsors and supporters. Without your generosity, our esports program wouldn't be possible. A special thank you to our sponsors, Raycom, MacDine, UFCW, Local 1149, JBS, Marshalltown Company, and Emerson. Your commitment and support are truly appreciated. We also want to extend our gratitude to our supporters, Subcity and Minuteman Printing and Graphics. Your contributions make a huge difference, and we're grateful to have you by our side. Together, we're able to make our program a success. Thank you for your continued partnership.
All right, so as we're getting loaded up here, looks like Marshalltown is ready to get back in it and take the match. So
And we're gonna see. Okay, and we're gonna see map 2 being playing on there, which is a really big map. So it won't be as easy for Marshalltown to get in there as quick as possible. So we'll see.
So looks like Marshalltown is getting loaded in, ready to go. Looking to see their sorry about that. Looks like Marshalltown getting loaded in here, trying to load in, and Marshalltown ends up starting with defense this time around on game 2. So they're going in, defending the map instead of attacking. So we will see how they do defending first. So.
Yeah, I think they played. Well, we can really see how they play on defense. There's only 1 round, so I'm interested to see the first 6 rounds here, as they ban Monty and Ace.
Looks like they also did a switch there on the team there. We ended up switching out Peyton with pink tape, which is Diego. So Diego's another new player who joined the team this year. So we'll see how Diego does up against this team. Didn't really see Diego jump in on first action on week 1, just because I think they wanted to make sure they put their best players ahead. But again, as Coach Sebastian said, it's very difficult to know who's starting or who is initially your starters, just because of such a strong team initially coming in. So Joshua getting the first pick there. Looks like he's still in a firefight. So still kind of looks like he's trying to fight them off there. Swinging them, taking them out again, taking 2 kills up front.
Good first 2 picks for Joshua, but if I was him, I'd honestly back off here. I'm low on HP. He already has the body, he doesn't need a swing.
Saw another player there, but
Yeah.
not able to take them out. And of course, kind of, the player didn't seem to notice where he was at, but ends up giving away his own positioning. So good job kind of regrouping there, getting back. Maybe Abraham Lincoln's just going to take it slow. It looks like they're not in a huge hurry to run in there.
Yeah, they're clearly taking their time.
The one thing for sure about this game is audio cues for sure. Just kind of seeing if you can hear your enemy team. You can really hear their footsteps behind you on the other side of the wall, which, like I said, plays a vital role. Looks like Trey ended up getting taken out.
Yeah, we're going to see the rounds being played a lot slower. I honestly don't think I've seen the map going to like 0, there's only like 50 seconds left. So Lair, like I said before, is a very large map, so it's not going to see much super fast play. So we're going to be seeing a lot more longer rounds for sure.
Although Abraham Lincoln seems to really want to take their time on this, making it even now 3v3, but I mean, they really only have like 20 seconds left on there, and they have to run in and plant or at least take out the team. So maybe a little weary since they got 7-0'd first match, but maybe they're wanting to drag on the match and just kind of trying to I don't know. I generally don't know why they're kind of taking their time, but again, maybe fright, maybe nervous.
Yeah, probably nervous. Nervous, honestly.
But yeah, ended up Marshalltown winning that one just by time expiration. So good job there for Marshalltown for ending up taking that first match. But let's see how they adjust. Marshalltown really just kind of doing a good job, just sitting back, you know, and just waiting for them to come towards them. That's essentially what you want. You don't really want to rush in there. I mean, of course, they did a really good job first match and just 7-0ing them, but you don't want to get too excited and just start running in and gunslinging everybody and then causing your team to lose the game. But we will jump into, let's see here. We haven't seen very much of Joshua, so we'll jump into Joshua, see how he does. So Marshalltown kind of going in there, looking around. We'll jump to Connor. Looks like Connor's kind of just roaming around back into the site. So looks like Marshalltown has a diffuser starting to take out some of the enemy team. Looks like Marshalltown's running 2 roamers, trying to pick off them, and as we see, Abraham Lincoln just kind of grouped up together, sitting there. Marshalltown doing some call-outs with each other, making sure that they understand and know where your team is at. Diego getting taken out there. So now it's just up to Connor and Trey. They're using again that I believe it's not Tokabi, but one of the operators that uses their phone to have their phone vibrate so that they can hear and see, hear where they're at. So they can hear them essentially on the other side of the wall. And Trey trying to get a headshot there. See that kind of pixel peek, trying to look at them and just take them out. Taking out the drone as well, which of course should provide valuable intel for them, but
Back down
moving off.
too. Less than 30 seconds with with our 2 new players.
Ooh, nice job by Trey taking them out.
And that's
And
great round.
yeah, great job there. Of course, Connor just hiding there, waiting for his perfect moment, and you know, great job. Kind of what happens when you don't check your corners. So
Yeah, I mean, that's like also a huge part of Siege that no one really talks about, because checking your corners is like, you gotta do that. Like honestly, no matter what kind of game you're playing, you always gotta check your corners, just in case someone wants to tuck in there.
yeah, for sure. So that's something that's really important, is checking your corners there, looking to make sure that they that nobody's hiding there, essentially, because as you can see, Connor will just sit there in that corner and walk in and don't even see. But of course, kind of hard to when your enemy is also shooting at you from in front of you. So just kind of need to relax and just make sure that you're in the right position, in the right place to end up taking out your opponent. But as we see there, we have Joshua playing as Goyo. So what he's essentially planting on the wall is these devices that they're like gasoline devices, pretty simple, and they explode once you shoot them. So flames just kind of spill over on the floor, prevent the team from essentially walking in. And it's a good operator to just do preventative, honestly, just preventative or slow them down from entering. So
Yeah, he is really strong. And we're gonna see, I think, just Jesho's on the roam. This roam is so big, so it's really easy for roamers to get value. So we're gonna probably be seeing a lot of roamers. We have 2 roamers on match.
yeah, as you can see, Marshalltown not really wanting to stay in place there. Reinforcing that wall there, but both walls. I guess but what would be the strategy there? Why is he blocking that off?
I would assume so he can hold both those 2 rooms he's looking at right now and not have to worry about getting shot from that other wall, because that's a commonly broken wall. So he can have to defend himself from the wall and that door and also hold.
And he is playing, well, Marshall does have a Valkyrie, which, as you can see, has cameras that they can just throw in anywhere. And then the team, anyone on our team can essentially tap into those cameras and just take a look at them.
Yeah, and they're like super, like, they can look around everywhere, like 180. So they're a lot better than normal cameras, and you can also hide them too. So if you know how to play Valkyrie, she's really strong.
Trey kind of holding the roof there. Now they're aware that he's up there. Looks like he is trying to swing him.
See a 3v1 from Marshalltown. Really good play with diffuser.
Yep, now they know where the diffuser's at. They're probably just going to hold that for now. And, yep, nice job.
And there's round
Taking
3.
them out. So usually once they know where diffuser's at, or once they already have, you know, that diffuser, it's a lot. Tides are, I mean, the chances of you essentially winning that's pretty difficult, especially once you're down players, just because you need that diffuser to end up planting on that bomb.
Yeah.
And that's how you end up winning the rounds. But once the team kind of gets that, as you saw, Marshalltown just guarding that diffuser, because the only other way to win besides diffusing is taking out the other team, which if the other team's just kind of sitting there and waiting for you, it's really hard to do, especially since they're just going to guard the diffuser. And you have to be pretty skilled to try to take a team on with a 1v1, essentially, like 1v1ing each other.
Yeah, exactly. Especially in a big map like this, you're going to usually see more than like 2 people with each other. So you can be seeing a lot of ones being run.
Bombs from being defused by attackers.
So yeah, as you see, Marshall not really grouped up a whole lot. They're just kind of spreading out as much as possible, so that they can take on the teams, like surprise them from behind and whatnot. So good job there, just taking out those drones, you know, trying to take them out so that they don't have any intel, so they don't know where all the bombs are at. So Abraham Lincoln essentially right now doesn't know, but if you're good enough at the game, you could do a pretty good estimated guess on where they're at. But it could confuse some players, especially if you are you have a roamer running around. You'll think essentially that that's the level that they're holding, when it could be essentially another level up or below you. But there's only certain locations where you can actually have the bomb at.
Yeah. And for Valve cameras, they're so like small compared to like regular default cameras you'll see in this game. So even like for pro or like seasoned players, you're gonna kind of struggle to find them, especially in like a situation where you're getting hard pinged, and like or like there's a Valve cam on you, but you also have to fight somebody, and you're like shoot at them, look for the camera, shoot at them, and yeah.
Looks like Trey's running Roamer, so her ability kind of lets her silent her step. And as you can see, he knocks them down, takes actually the diffuser, and that essentially also pings the enemy team to let them know where everyone's at. As you can see, the squares there, and oh my gosh, such a brutal attack there, being able to detect, and now it's a 1v4, which, man, that was not pretty for Abraham Lincoln. Just kind of all just sitting there in that room, almost like sitting ducks, honestly, just waiting to get the diffuser back and try to defuse, but they know he's up there on that roof.
And Cav, the operator that Trey is running, is such a strong operator. As I said before, her pistol takes out anyone and downs them, so it can quickly turn our game around. We're gonna see our the striker now fighting Cav.
Yeah, as you can see, he knows where they're at. Trying to take him down.
There he goes. Great play from Cav there.
I wish Zombie didn't barricade me out.
Why are you shooting body?
So Marshall taking the win there.
But
He was kill confirming.
I'll be right back. That was Trey.
All right, so Marshalltown going in there and taking it up 4-0. So let's see how well Marshalltown does.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, and
5 seconds to go.
we also do all kind of have a bad habit of shooting bodies, and we're all trying to work on that. So
Attackers are moving out
no
to locate a
disrespect,
bomb
man.
and defuse it.
They're not finding this.
So looks like Joshua running a Solstice.
Pushing backside.
I don't think anyone knows.
Looks like they are trying to quietly listen. Looks like he already is exposed since they had that drone run in there.
Yeah, and Joshua's now in a bad spot. He only has one way, and they know exactly where he is. Oh, but Connor comes in to save him. Just close.
Still just holding off, kind of still in a bad spot. Essentially, ooh. Connor being able to to help out his teammate there. Connor and Trey kind of doing a good job this round, keeping them up and locked in. But now it's a 3v1. And it looks like Marcel ended up taking this round as well.
Great round, honestly, especially from Joshua. He was trapped in that corner, and Connor came to save him, which I think was also kind of a big reason they didn't lose a round.
Yeah, for sure. So, Marcel just kind of doing a good job, and just holding on to that lead. 2 more, and they end up taking it home again. But again, Marshalltown just playing phenomenal today. Just taking it, going in, doing what they need to do, and getting the job done. Honestly, very impressive so far on how Marshalltown has been playing. Looking like a very strong team to go up against this season, which is what you'd like to see. So, but as we're loading in now, just waiting as Marshalltown puts in their defense, gets their stuff reinforced. So it looks like we have a cap can, which, you know, with him, he has, as you see, Joshua's planting these trip mines on the wall, which are in the doorways. So then that way, if an enemy team or an opponent walks through there, those essentially explode as soon as you walk across. So.
We also see a Womai and a Jaeger being picked. So clearly there's been a lot of smokes or flashes or just projectiles they don't like. And both Womai and Jaeger counter those. So we shouldn't see too much, you know, projectiles flying around from the enemy team.
Looks like Marshalltown taking the first pick, going up 5-4.
Yeah, playing very slow as well. And I've noticed they all like to roam on this map.
Let's go ahead and jump on to another Marshalltown player. That was very quick of
Very
just
quick, yeah.
going from 4 to 5 to 5 to 1. So let's jump into Abraham Lincoln's point of view. So this one, well, we were going to jump into their point of view, but Marshalltown getting the job done fairly quick and
Now it's just up
getting
one
knocked
more
out.
round for them.
So, yeah, hopefully last round for Marshalltown to end up taking the win. So we have final round, hopefully. If Marshalltown loses this round, then of course they'll go on to one more. But if Marshalltown, based off of game 1 and the past 6 rounds, they should comfortably hold this lead and take the win to end up going home with another win and moving up into the season 2-0. But very unlikely that Marshalltown drops this round and somehow drops this match. But
I mean, coming back 6-0 was really hard. So if Abraham Lincoln did do that, that'd be impressive.
yeah, I would wonder how what Abraham Lincoln did to lock in the next 6 rounds
Yeah, start praying to our 6 gods.
to win. But yeah, a fantastic showing by Marshalltown. on week 2 against Abraham Lincoln.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
And Marshalltown now will be attacking instead of defending.
That's not toxic, but it's a skill.
So we will check and see how they are doing. As we're waiting there, Abraham Lincoln getting prepared for Marshalltown to come in and just defend for Marshalltown to come in there and stop them. But
I'm interested to see if Marshalltown will keep up that quick push on attack they've always done. And I think they will because they're bringing an Ash, one of the fastest operators in the game, a Blitz, and a Shield. So they clearly want to get this round over with and just go home.
yeah, looks like they're just wanting to go in there and finally. But of course, with such a large map, it's fairly difficult to just run in there. As you saw there, Marshalltown, Connor shooting out the cams. So cams really don't help out the attacking team because that just essentially it's just giving intel to the defending. Omar ends up getting taken out first. And then matching it up there with Diego, making it an even 4-4. And yeah, it looks like Marshalltown just wanting to rush in there, honestly.
Yeah, and we see, okay, now 4v3 for Marshalltown. I'm gonna watch Blitz jump in. And almost dying there, but Connor saves him. Now a 2v1, and that is game for Marshalltown.
Yep.
7-0, 7-0.
7-0, 7-0, perfect match for Marshalltown. Not letting Abraham Lincoln get any rounds from them this week. So doing such a good job
Yeah.
taking out Abraham Lincoln, honestly, and just really taking it to them and letting them letting them essentially, know who's the boss here. But good job for Marshalltown taking week 2 and winning. So we will see you all next week on week 3. Tuesday we have we have Super Smash Bros coming in. Hopefully looking for the first win, and then we have Rainbow Six Siege again coming in Thursday and looking to move their mark to 3-0. So we will see you all then.
See you guys then. Have a great day.